First time I saw Kane Williamson play, well, I knew the team was going to be pretty good. I didn't know how good we would be, but I thought we had a pretty good chance. And then I think I don't know. I thought we were pretty good the whole year. To be fair, it's pretty hard to say. I think we're pretty loaded. The second best team in the conference was our second 11 that year. So I think it was pretty straightforward with that. Just get out of the way, not try to screw it up too much from a coaching perspective.
Started picking up wins real quick early in the season, and we weren't getting scored on a lot. And by the fifth game, I turned to Jake. I was like, I mean, we could really do something here. And we always talked about, like we want to make a run in the NCAA tournament, preseason, and this and all that. But then that year, the fifth game, sixth game in, and then it just kept rolling. And I felt that could be a really, really special team.
And then we finally had a full team that was under our control going into the game against Kane, besides the Dennis injury. And I think it was a good result.
It was Muhammad who scored the first goal. Once that went in, I kind of looked around and I was like, all right, here we go. Like, game on, we scored, and now we can't mess up back here. And Milson scored another one, and it just kept going. And that for us, that lifts off a burden, because we were used to 0-0 games up until the last couple moments, and that's stressful because for us, one mistake and we're done. But when we have a two goal lead and 3-goal lead, then we can kind of relax a little bit and play our game, which is always a relief. And you don't want to go into an NCAA tournament and be 0 for 3. That would have kind of put a damper on our careers. But yeah, definitely a relief winning that game, and it just kind of set the tone for the next couple games.
Haverford was a really good team that year, probably around the top 10 or whatever they were. But I thought we did what we had to do to, when we were kind of backs against the wall, I guess you could say, and made some drastic changes to the lineup, probably the last 25 minutes, 30 minutes of the game. Took certain players off, but other players on that hadn't been in.
That group, the chemistry and the camaraderie was insane. Everybody knew each other, ins and outs, and we're a family. And so when that happened, with the adversity, I think Coach Fonzie at the time, which was one of a goalie that we played with, he kind of stood up and really gave us a talk and was like, all right, boys, like, we got to do this for one another. And that's just how it went. It was 8 guys and then Omar and net, and we just kind of buckled down, and we almost had a chance to win it. Pedro took the ball up, and we almost had a chance to win it, but it's all right that it didn't happen, because at the end of the day we won in PKs anyways. But we really had to buckle down and just hold down the fort. That came up in like a regular season game too. We won a game like 1-0 against Colby Sawyer or Colby or something like that, and the kids turned around, they're like, well, you guys are really top 5 in the nation. So after that, we're like, all right, sure. And if we didn't come out of that second weekend, I think that would have proved a lot of people right, or that first weekend, that would have proved a lot of people right. So, going into PKs, pressure was definitely on, but anything could happen. And so I don't know. It was just PKs it's a crazy thing. It's cruel sometimes. And so I just, going up to it, I was like, I'm putting my foot through this ball, and if he saves it, he saves it. But I'm not missing the net. It's just put your foot through the ball and let's get it over with.
It was a tough game. The Sweet 16 game, I remember that was a long week, battling the elements that were the windstorms that were coming our way, for a multitude of reasons. And it was kind of just trying to get to that game and have some peace during the game. When we did, we were missing through injuries or, other reasons or not. We were playing at basically a 3-4-3 that year. We were missing all 4 in the center midfield and our center forward, because Newton was out as well. Dennis was out, and then we had some other kids out that, we needed to not play that game. So there were some sweeping lineup changes. We changed it a little bit. We played with 2 forwards. I thought we came out really well. And to be fair, we were probably unfortunate not to be up about 2-0, 20, 25 minutes into the game. And that was really our chance to kind of get on top of Tufts. And then so we did. And we kind of controlled the tempo. And then, Tufts did what they did. And, they're a very good program, and they're well coached and organized, and they've been there before. They weathered our storm pretty well. And then they kind of had their way with us for a bit, shoved us back, made us defend, which we didn't have to do a lot that year. We hung on as long as we could, and Kid hit a really good half volley shot that, ended up kind of killing the game off at 1-0, and they went on to win everything after beating us 1-0.
That what if still lingers, but that's part of sports, and we'll live with that, and we always still talk about it. I meet up with the guys here and there sometimes, and we're like, dang, that team was special, and it was one of the best teams that we've ever played on, for sure.